So, good evening, everyone. Nice to see you. We have a joining of the whole world. We have people from United States, from Mexico, from Gibraltar, from all the way from all the Europe. So it's kind of a multinational meeting, and it happened because one of my partner, Emma Paolo, she said that she's very young and she is trying to do a business, and she doesn't get a lot of support from her parents, and people are looking at her like, oh, you're so young, what do you know? And my sponsor, Andrew, he once told us, together I was with Emma, that there is one guy in the company and he made that good of a business, and he was from here and he did to that. So he explained a bit, and Emma asked me one day, Ignas, can we meet this guy? And do you know who Andrew was talking about? And I understood it. It's Sasha. I wrote him straight away. I said, Sasha, come on, can you do a presentation? Actually, it was made only for Emma and few other young people in our team. But Sasha said, of course, I'm going to do that. I have plenty of time. And we understood that it has to go worldwide. So thank you, Julieta, for including your partners as well from all the world. And a few words about Sasha. When I first met Sasha, he's a very good physique. He looks very good. He's very young and he's smiling. And I remember when we were in Mexico, there was just a simple question. Sasha, can you help me with some questions? And he said, of course, sit down. And he explained everything that I need to know about the business. And I was like, how come? What is wrong with you? People don't do like that. So the same happened right now. So Sasha, he was many years, he was a coach and he was a nutritionist specialist, and he looks like that. So whoever wants to go and follow Sasha on Instagram, it is Sasha Lifestyle. That's how you can find him. And today he's going to talk about his road to success. And I know that it's not the end yet. You're just starting. So Sasha, I give you the word, and let's take it from here.
Yes, Ignas, thanks for the lovely welcome. Thanks for the kind words. And good to see you, everyone. It's a pleasure to know that we have some young people who want to achieve big things with Sensino. Julieta, also nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. See you very soon. And I think, who was the girl? Emma was the reason why we are here, right? Did I understand it right? So Emma, first of all, perfect, amazing that you're part of Sensino, and thanks for you that we can be here together in this Zoom call. Without you, wouldn't have happened. And Ignas told a little bit about my story, and I asked him like 1 hour ago, okay, Ignas, what should I talk about? He was like, yeah, tell a little bit about your story and some things you think that are important. And when you tell about your own story, you have to show your prior self, right? I think that's somehow common sense. So I want to show you my 16-year-old self, if I can share my screen. And yes, we can do a Q&A session afterwards if you have some questions. So this is me being age 16. This was a quite normal day for me, sitting behind my laptop with the pajama, the beer in the hand, the headphones on, and in gaming mode as hell. Because back then, I was completely addicted to video games. I don't know, maybe you know this feeling, especially in your youth, when you're like between, I don't know, 14 and 20, when you have this strong feeling of, I want to make something special with my life. I want to create something of significance. I want to make an impact. I want to fulfill my best potential. Like I had all of those feelings, a lot of dreams, wishes, visions. I will not do it like the most people who are grown up that are just working, watching Netflix and sleeping. I want a better life than this. I want a life that I really live on my own terms. I think a lot of young people have those thoughts. And honestly, this guy had those thoughts. But back then, age 16, I was so insecure, had so many self-doubts, had so many limiting beliefs about business, about myself, about the world, about everything, that was the biggest reason why I was addicted to video games. Because there in video games, I could hide behind a laptop and be successful there in the virtual reality. And I was pretty good at playing video games, I tell you. I was pretty good. But one day I realized, okay, but if I stay being addicted to video games, I won't achieve anything in my life. And age 16 was the first time. Also, my mother was a single mom. So she was also working every second weekend, additionally to her main job, so that we have enough money to live. So I know how it is to have not a lot of money. And already back then, I was thinking to myself, one day, I want to have more money. I wasn't thinking about becoming a millionaire and these nice cars and private jet. I wasn't thinking about these things. I was just thinking about how to be able to buy clothes without having a bad feeling, because I know that we can't really afford a lot. So age 16, I was thinking there has to be a better way in life. Also, I knew in school, I was horrible in school. Very bad in school. And also back then, I knew for myself, I don't want to live the job life. I don't want to live the 9 to 5. So age 16, I was sitting in front of my laptop, typing into Google how to, I typed it in German, but I translate to English, how to make money online. And as you can imagine, there's so many different online businesses, also so many scams. I was digging into this world, and I was thinking, like, if it's really possible to earn money with my laptop sitting at home, I have to do it. If it's really possible, that will be my way. So I was starting my own online business, actually age 16. I was starting affiliate marketing. Maybe someone knows that. And honestly, in the age from 16 to 21, in those 5 years, next to the school and next to starting working in a gym as a nutritionist and personal trainer, I tried 6 different online businesses. And I failed and failed and failed and failed. Oh, yeah, and I failed with all 6 of them. So what do you think? Someone who was addicted to video games, single mom who doesn't have a lot clue about money, who was bad in school, who failed with 6 online businesses. How big do you think was my self-confidence in me and me being able to build a successful online business? 0. And then I found Sensino. This was interesting because I don't know where this image came, but when I heard the first time about Sensino, I knew that's a big thing. And I knew that's my thing. Because I heard about Sensino the first time when I was 20. And at this time, I was already working for 1 year in a gym for 9 euros an hour. Actually 8.75, so even less. It gets even worse. And when I was talking about nutrition, my first topic always was omega-3 to 6 balance. I wrote their own book, age 19, about nutrition, about health, actually, not only nutrition. One big chapter in there was omega-3 to 6 balance. So before I knew about Sensino, I was completely convinced about the topic of omega-3 to 6 balance. And then someone told me about a company that makes it possible to make a dried blood spot test from home to measure your omega-3 to 6 balance. I was thinking in my mind, that's amazing. That's what the whole world needs. I already knew that everyone is deficient in omega-3. What happens if you have, with your business, if you have a solution to a big world problem? You can make so much money. And I had 3 things in my mind about Sensino why I knew this is my business, apart from making the impact for the health of our society. Number 1 was creating a new standard. Please write in the chat if you know the companies, like maybe some of you know them, maybe some don't, but something like Apple, Netflix, Amazon, Tesla. Please write in the chat if you know those companies. Yes, yes. A few yeses. Okay, like honestly, aren't we thinking like these companies, they are part of our world? Like, are we even aware that they started in a garage or in a small living room or something like that? It's crazy if you think back. I want to talk a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes about those companies, and you will see why. It's so important. If you understand this, you understand one of the most important things about building a business. So thanks to the internet, we can dig into a lot of things in history. So let's look at Amazon. When Amazon was founded, the first years of the revenue looked like this. Not that big of a growth, right? Tesla, the first years looked like this. Not that big of a growth as well. Netflix, not that much as well. Apple, not that much as well. And I watched all 4 documentaries about those 4 companies. You know what's interesting? All of them faced so many doubts and rejections. It's hilarious. If you watch that documentary about Jeff Bezos and Amazon, Jeff Bezos was employed in a company and he was going to his boss and telling his boss, hey, this internet thing is coming up. He was one of the first ones recognizing this could be a big thing in the future. Crazy, right? Not that long ago. This internet thing is coming up. Why don't we sell books in the internet? Everybody's going to bookstore. Why don't we sell them in the internet? His boss told him, Jeff, don't be stupid. No one, really no one wants to buy a book online. They want to have the book in their hands before they buy something. This will never work. Jeff, go back to your work and forget this thought. What did Jeff Bezos do? He quit his job and started Amazon. But it took so many years, so many people telling him, Jeff, no one wants to buy something online. He heard those sentences for more than 2 years. Apple, Steve Jobs. Who knows that Steve Jobs got fired from his own company? Does someone know this story, this fact? Steve Jobs got fired of his own company, Apple, because they didn't believe in his vision. Can it be worse than that? Elon Musk. I don't know which CEO, so I don't want to say anything wrong. It was either the CEO, if someone knows the right answer, please type in the chat. It was either the CEO of Volkswagen or of Mercedes. One of those two who said officially, like I think 10 years back, something like that, in the television, electric cars will never be affordable and it will never happen that we have electric cars. This was when they were asking him about Elon Musk and Tesla. It was one of those to the CEO. Elon Musk, he faced so many rejections from the media. They destroyed Elon Musk. 4th company, Netflix. Okay, we have a lot of young people. Who knows Blockbuster, the company? Yeah, Blockbuster, Ignas, was it or wasn't it the biggest company if you wanted to watch something like DVDs, CDs, I don't know how you call it back then, right? It was by far the biggest company. Netflix, the owners of Netflix said to Blockbusters, you can buy us for $50 million. Blockbuster, the CEO of Blockbuster, was laughing at the owners of Netflix and telling them, we don't need you and your concept will never work. Blockbuster doesn't even exist anymore. And honestly, myself, until 1 year ago, I didn't even know that a company named Blockbuster existed. I found out 1 year ago. Why am I telling you those stories? Because there are 2 reasons. Actually, isn't it amazing when you tell one story and you can give 2 learnings? I love it. But let's have a look. So they had a lot of insecurities, fears, doubts, rejections. People that were telling them this will never work. Oh, Amazon developed like this. Tesla developed like this. Netflix developed like this. Apple developed like this. So there are 2 things to learn from these examples. First thing is for you personally. If people don't see what you see, it's completely fine. Stay true to what you see. Don't quit because people who can't see what you see tell you it's not possible. If you see it, it's enough. Your parents, they don't have to see it. My family, even when I was a crown in Cincino, as a crown in Cincino, you earn more than 10K a month. Even at this point, my own family asked me, Sasha, do you have a plan B, a normal job, if Cincino doesn't work? Even at this point. But it's okay. And also know, people don't mean it in a bad way. But it's the truth. Our parents, maybe our grandparents, most of them don't even know that it's really possible to earn money online. They don't know. They want to protect you because in their reality, it's not possible. Because in their reality, they just want to protect you. So don't look at it in a bad way. Say, hey, mom, dad, grandmother, grandfather, thank you that you want to protect me. But I know what I see and I will stay true to it. And believe me, in 5, maybe even in 3 years, but maybe it takes 5, 7 years, they will say, now I know why she kept going, because she was seeing what she's living now. Same with Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. And I don't know how the owner of Netflix, what's his name, to be honest. Shame on me. But the second learning was why I was so convinced about Sensino. Back to the story, why I started my 7th business with Sensino and why I kept going with it. Because after 4 months Sensino, I earned €0, 0 commissions. I had 0 partners, 0 customers. And it was this point, my 7th online business. Before that, I was full of doubts because I failed 6 times before, because everybody told me this won't work, because no one believed in me, because I was a bad student. Everybody told me, be happy if you get a good job. So for me, I was thinking to myself, okay, Sasha, Sensino is spot on, the best business opportunity for you that you can find. Either you make it work, or you will be in a job for the rest of your life. You will not find a better business opportunity than Sensino for yourself. It was the perfect thing for me. So I decided, okay, I have to keep going. There's no other option. And amazing things happen if you just keep going without having a plan B. Amazing thing happen. Sometimes it feels like, and I've seen so many success stories over the last years, and I've seen it over and over again. Sometimes it feels like, for me, that call it God, call it universe, however you want to call it, I don't mind. Call it higher power, whatever, that it wants to test you. How much do you really want it? Nearly everyone I know that is successful had a time in his life where he or she was so close before quitting, where he or she was saying, honestly, I don't even believe anymore that it will work, but nevertheless, I just keep going. And it's in these phases when you get the recognition for it. When suddenly something magical happens. But yeah, the main reason why I was so convinced about Sensino that it's the perfect business opportunity is because of Amazon, Apple, Tesla, and Netflix. Because what did they do? They were innovative. They saw their industry, big industry, mobile phone industry, TV industry, car industry, shopping industry. And they said, okay, we make it 10x better and 10x more innovative. We changed the whole industry. That's why they had such a good growth. Yeah, it takes many years to convince the people out there that this will be the new thing. It takes many years. But once you have convinced a good amount of people, you have exponential growth. That's why Amazon looked like this. That's why Apple looked like this. That's why Tesla looked like this. That's why Netflix looked like this. It took them many years, but once the people understood that's the new way we do these things here, then everybody's jumping on this train. And guys, what is Sensino doing? The supplement industry is doing $200 billion revenue a year based on 2021. So now it's even more, but I don't know current numbers. Sensino with test-based is 10x better, 10x more innovative. 10 years from... Look, today we say, how could you live with a phone with buttons? It took 10 minutes to write a message. How could you live with it? Impossible. How could you live with not being able to order something online? Oh my gosh. You wanted to buy a book and you had to find it in the library? Are you kidding me? How could you live with watching TV when they tell you what you have to watch and when you have to see the ads? Oh my God, this was horrible watching TV back then, huh? 10 years from now, people will say, how could you take supplements without knowing if you really need them? And what, you didn't even check if they really work? So you didn't even know if the money you paid was worth it or not? That's how people will talk about supplements in 10 years. And you have the possibility to build a business with that big potential we have in the future, test-based supplementation. This was my main reason why I was so convinced about Sensino. I saw the future of this company. Reason number 2, we don't just want to earn a lot of money. What do we want the most? We want freedom, especially time freedom. What do you do with 50K a month if you have a 70-hour work week? The good thing about Sensino, supplements, you need to take them daily. So people go on a monthly subscription. If you have subscription customers, you have stability in your business. So subscription customers is passive income. And let me show you how Sensino can look in real life, because that's the customer growth in my organization. And as you can see at the moment right now, we finished July with more than 28,000 customers. And you don't see up and down, you see a steady growth. And these are the active customers. So with Sensino, this gives you the possibility to not just earn money for a short amount of time, but to build a passive income stream. There's a big difference between earning money with selling things and building a passive income stream for the rest of your life. Huge difference. And Sensino makes this possible, thanks to a subscription model. And the third thing, a lot of people try to earn quick money. So quick money is spotting a trend, spotting a hype, jumping on this train, making money, leaving the train, spotting the next train. I don't like this idea. I don't like this way of building a business, because you have to build again and again and again and again and again. So I'm not a big believer of building a business based on hype and trend. We are building a business with omega-3. It's a biological fact that every cell in your body needs omega-3. And this fact will not change over the next 185 years. That's for sure. So Sensino will never be something that is outdated. It will always be important. So if you build Sensino once with a subscription model and the future potential we have, you have a passive income stream for the rest of your life. And these were the 3 most important things why I decided, after 4 months earning 0 commissions with Sensino, I have to make it work. I have no other option. That's the best shot I can get in the online business world. If I don't make it here, I can go into a job for the rest of my life, which I didn't want to do. And honestly, network marketing. Back then, when I was getting introduced to network marketing, my first thought was, that's the best thing on earth. Everybody on earth should do it. I changed my mind. I saw so many things in this industry over the past years. And honestly, network marketing is not perfect. Network marketing, there's no other business where you get so much rejection as in network marketing. There's no other business that shows you your self-doubts as much as network marketing. For me, this business is maybe the hardest business you can build, speaking from your internal state. Shouldn't I say, oh, no, network marketing is amazing. Go, do network marketing. No, I like to say it's the most difficult business. It will show you all your self-doubts. You will get the most rejection. Why? Because this is at the same time the biggest opportunity for the maximum personal growth you can get. Honestly, do we really build a business just to earn money? Or do we actually build a business to have personal growth, to develop as a human being? Although I don't like the term human being. I love the term human becoming, because that implies growth. So yes, be aware that you have these challenges, that yes, your family maybe will talk you out of it. Your friends maybe will tell you this will never work. Still to this day, my best friend I've known since I am 6 years old, still today he's telling me it's a pyramid scheme. Still, okay, fine. Go back to your job. I like my pyramid scheme. If it's one in your world, it's completely fine. But at the same time, you won't have more personal growth in another business than in network marketing. And honestly, I truly believe that if you earn money without growing personally, it doesn't fulfill you. It doesn't make you a better human being. It doesn't make you happy. So let's be glad about those challenges if you see it in this way. Because at the same time, network marketing, not only from a financial point of view, but there's so many other things why network marketing can enable you things no other business is possible to give you. First of all, the surrounding the community you have. In so many businesses, or when you're self-employed, you're alone. In network marketing, you have an uplifting community. You have people around you who also want to grow. You make friends with the same values as you. You can't describe how much worth it is. I know so many people making a lot of money, building their business alone, not being a community, and being highly depressed because they have a lot of money, but no one to spend time with. So let's be thankful for this opportunity. Passive income, we said. Time freedom, the most important thing I would say. But also the freedom, you can build everything online here with Sensino. You can, but you can also build offline, whatever you prefer. But come on, there are 7 continents in our world, 193 countries, and according to ChatGPT, more than 10,000 cities. Do we really get born on Earth to stay in one city? Don't we have this desire to explore the world if we're here already? To have a look at different continents, cities, countries, cultures, getting to know other people. Network marketing makes it possible for you. I said you have, I love to call it personal development on steroids with network marketing because of all those doubts, rejections, fears, and so on. But also you have a purpose and you make an impact for other people. There's so many businesses out there. For example, I'm sorry if I attack someone, it's not meant in a personal or a bad way, but I hugely hate the business of trading. Can you make a lot of money with trading? Yes. Do I know a lot of people who make a lot of money with trading? Yes. But what is your purpose? How do you get money? In trading, you get money when someone else loses money. Otherwise, where does this money come from? So I would rather find a business where you know if you get money, someone else gets a value. And improving the health of people, I think it's the biggest value we can give to people. So also have this in mind, Sensino enables you to not only earn money, but have an impact and a purpose for other people. And the most important thing, I mean, doesn't matter if you're spiritual or not. There are people who say we have more than one life. There are people who think, no, we only have this life, then we get into heaven or hell, however you want to call it. But I truly believe our reason to be on earth, I don't know what's the reason why we're on earth. I have no idea. I want to preach anything, but I'm pretty sure the reason is not that we work for a quarter of our whole life in a job that doesn't fulfill us. I'm pretty sure that's for sure not the reason. So instead of working a quarter, or maybe even a third of our whole lifetime, where we could develop ourselves, where we could spend time with our family, where we could travel to new places, where we could learn new hobbies, new skills. Instead of spending a third of our time working in a job where we are in a bad state because we don't like our job, stick to building your business. And if your business doesn't grow, perfect. Because if you keep building the business, you will grow personally. And if you grow over time, your business grows. So if you don't earn money the next 6 months, perfect, because you developed over the next 6 months. And that's way more important for your life than if you earn money now or not, because the money will follow anyway. And the last 30 minutes is actually the response of me, or my wish response I wish I could give every time someone asks me that. When people tell me, okay, Sasha, after 4 months you had 0, and 13 months later you were crown, and 18 months later you were black crown. What did you change? I didn't change anything. I didn't get a training on bad inviting. I didn't get the magic formula on how to do presentations. But I was so convinced I have to keep going with the business. So I don't like to give trainings on how to invite someone. Because if you're really convinced this is your way, you will just talk to people. And if you talk to people, you learn what works, what doesn't work. If you keep going with the business, you grow personally. If you grow personally, you will do better in the business. So better make a real commitment for yourself that you decide not to live your life on other terms, but on your own terms. That it's perfectly fine for you if people want to talk you out of it, because you know that it's okay when they don't see what you see. But that you commit to yourself, you stay true to what you see for your life and for your future. And also remember the 3 facts about this business. Creating a new standard with test-based supplements instead of taking supplements blindly will be the future. Subscription model and omega-3 will never be out of trend because it's essential for the rest of our life. With these 3 points, you can trigger some people who have a business mindset to also join with Encino. I have it in a lot of presentations, implement those 3 points. That's everything I wanted to share. If you have some questions, feel free to take some minutes for Q&A session. Giulietta, someone was pretty quick here.
Hola, Sasha. I love every single word you say. Coming from 30 years of experience watching kids like you, and I know you're an adult, but you'll always be a kid to me. You know, I love you a lot. So I understand you say you didn't change anything, but I would like to know for people, especially for youngsters, but everybody, what did you do at the beginning? Not now, because now it's a different story with a big team. What did you do at the beginning? Let's say after those 4 months, what exactly did you do every day? Because I truly believe what you said. We need to build across the bridges of belief. And when you truly believe in the industry, in the company, in the product, in yourself, you're just out there to eat the world. But what specifically were your daily activities? Like how much time did you spend? I know kids like Lino here, he's 18. They have to go to school. They have to do homework. So that's why parents probably don't want them to get distracted in something that's not going to work, you know? But what activities did you do every day so that that took you to where you are today?
Yeah, great question. Love you too, by the way, Giulietta. I've had one question in my mind. That was, how can I bring as many people as possible on a presentation? That was the only question I had on my mind, because this meant my business has to grow. So I have a process. Step number 1, making contacts. What was I doing? I was outreaching to, I would say 50 between 100 people on Instagram a day. So this was my first step, outreach every single day to 50 to 100 people on Instagram. You can't invite people if you don't have someone to talk to. Social media is amazing. Social media is meant to get to know new people. So it's a great tool. Secondly, when I was making a contact there, I was inviting them. Inviting them to step number 3. I call it a first presentation, which isn't a whole Encino presentation. The first call for me is looks like 30-minute call, 20 minutes small talk, 10 minutes giving the big picture presentation about Encino, really big picture. Then asking, okay, is it something you want to know more about? Or is it something that doesn't interest you at all? You can be honest with me. If he says doesn't interest me at all, I don't try to convince him. I don't. If he says, no, it's something I'm interested in having a deeper look at, perfect. Send me some material you can have a look at, and please watch into your calendar. Today's Thursday. Do you have time the next 2 to 3 days to follow up on Zoom together? So I don't leave the meeting without making a follow-up meeting. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can do. So we have step number one, I make the contacts on social media. Then I invite them on a first meeting. Then I do the first meeting. After that, we have already booked into a calendar the follow-up meeting. And in the follow-up meeting, honestly, I would advise you in this follow-up meeting, take your upline in this meeting with you. Very important thing. Very important thing. And because it's not about selling them something. It's about asking a few questions. My questions are, what do you like about Sensino? Okay, what would be your goals with Sensino? Why can you imagine working with Sensino? Don't try to sell him. Ask him questions so he sells himself. And fifth step, if he joins, we do the onboarding. Best case within 24, 48 hours from the point on he started. As sooner the onboarding, the better. So basically, what was I doing the whole day? Reaching out to people on Instagram, getting a lot of no's, or getting a lot of people who didn't respond, inviting them, getting a lot of no's, doing a few meetings who said yes, doing a few follow-up meetings who said yes, doing very, very few onboardings with people who started. But if you keep the spinning wheel spinning, you will have people starting every week. And then you can work with them as well. Emma wrote in chat, what's one daily habit or routine you swear by that has had the biggest impact on your success? I think that's priority number one. That's the most important thing you should do. But specifically to this question, I would say reading books. I've read more than 300 or maybe even 400 books over the last 7 years. And books are the best shortcut to success. People say there's no shortcut to success. Yeah, there's one. There's someone, for example, I love Tom Schreiter, who has been an expert in network marketing for 40 years, who has written down all his knowledge in books, and we can read it for 10 euros. Takes us a few hours to learn everything he learned in 40 years. How is that not a shortcut? So reading books is, for me, the one thing by far that has had the biggest impact.
I have a question. When do you do one-on-one meetings, and do you do like meetings where you invite all the people, and like within one meet you talk with like 40 people, like for example now? What gave you more success, and what one should do in the beginning? Aim for the bigger numbers, or aim for like one-on-one meeting?
That's a good question. We do both, actually. I personally focus more on one-on-one because it's more individual. You can pick them up better. If you have a new partner starting and he invites his friends, his warm contacts, I like to do meetings with 2 to 4 people in a Zoom. Why? Because it's still individual. You can talk to everyone one-on-one, and they have this dynamic, this energy of, okay, let's do this together. But I wouldn't do more than 4 people. If you do 5, 6, 7, 8, then you can talk to everyone one-on-one. And then it depends on the month, but usually once a month, maybe twice a month, we do a group presentation where everyone can invite his potential partners. But usually speaking, the normal process, I like to do one-on-one or 2-on-1. How did you figure out who your ideal audience was and what message would resonate with them? Question to everyone in the Zoom room. What's the most important thing for signing up people? What do they need from you? Health, yeah. Everybody needs health. Attention. Yeah, there have to be guidance, yeah. Promise will follow up. We go into the direction money, commitment, purpose. I would say this word. If they don't trust you, they won't join you. If they believe they can earn money if they see they have a purpose, if they can be willing to be committed, if they're inspired. If everything is given, but they don't trust you, they will not start. So trust is the most important thing. Why did I ask for that? How to build trust fast. Similarities are the fastest way to build trust. So if I'm a nutritionist, I would reach out to other people who are nutritionists. I wouldn't reach out to female yoga teachers, honestly. If I was a female yoga teacher, I would reach out to female yoga teachers, not to nutritionists or personal trainers. You can as well, but it's your main first target audience. What message would resonate with them? The message that resonates with you. So people who are very similar to you, who have a very similar challenges, problems, worldviews, those are the ones who can pick up the best. And that's why I've seen it over and over again, that different people work with the same target group, with the same message, and the outcomes are different. And that's why I hate the question, and this was a really, really good question, Emma. I hate the question, who do you talk to and how do you invite them? I can tell you, but it won't work for you. Except you're very similar to me. Then it could work for you.
At these moments when you were actually having a hard time, like 4 months, 0 clients, you know, I can relate to Emma about that. But you know, and you didn't quit, even though you said that, you know, you had this very strong future vision of Zinzino. But nevertheless, you know, you need to have money, maybe, you know, have this pressure on you from your parents or whatever, like, you know, go and do and make money. Why you didn't give up? What we can all learn from your situation?
Look, I mean, I failed 6 times before with an online business. And I always thought, okay, it was the fault of the business, of the product, of the people, of the market. I was never thinking it was my fault. And then with Zinzino business number 7, I was thinking, come on. It's not possible that's the fault of the product, of the business, of the market, because other people also have success with exactly the same things. So I had to be true to myself. I had to say, okay, it's my own fault, but it's my own fault. I also know I can change it. And I said, like, what would have been option B? Option B would have been, okay, living in a job for the rest of my life. And this was like not possible for me. I had such a strong desire to not be in a job for the rest of my life. So I would say, find something that just gives you no other option. Find a thought. For example, for me, this was the thought, which makes you think like, okay, even if it doesn't work for 2 years, I still have to get going.
And last question, because we have to finish soon. What was the breakthrough? Like, I don't know, a book, a teammate, I don't know, a sign from God. What was it? Like, you know, do you have something specific that might help to others as well? Of course, it did happen to you, not necessarily going to happen to me, but still, what was it?
Yeah. I mean, I will answer that question because I have one thing in my mind, but I also wanted to say, I think that the breakthrough was also the growth and also the skill development I had in the first 4 months. I didn't recruit people in my 5th month because of the 5th month, because the first 4 months I just learned how to do it. I got better at it. But I think the breakthrough, which also gave me the belief that it can work, was when I signed up the first partner who duplicated. That was my breakthrough. Because you sign up the partners, they leave again, you sign up, they leave again, you sign up, they leave again. But if you sign up one who duplicates, who stays active, who is hungry, who you see, oh, this could be my new diamond 1 year from now, this gives you so much energy and belief. Then you sign up the next, he quits, the next, he quits, the next, he quits, the next, he quits, the next, he quits. You think this business will never work. But then suddenly you have a second one who duplicates, who is hungry. And you're in heaven. especially in the binary system in the network marketing heaven. So I would say that's the breakthrough. But yep, you have to work hard to get the breakthrough. Can you suggest the best books to read? Oh my gosh, there's so many, so many. Okay, the last question because I love it. Let me give you one or two on personal development, which I think are very important. Mindful self-discipline. Self-discipline is the biggest sign of self-love. And regarding network marketing, I love, come on, everything from Tom Schreiter, especially how to build your nutrition business fast and how to get appointments without rejection. These 3 books, let's take them. 1 on personal development and 2 on network marketing.
Sasha, thank you so much. You see, I do believe in business. I do believe in the science. And, when Emma approached me and she said this thing, and Andrew before, you said, oh, there's one guy, and it all connected to me. So even though it was, it was Emma's want and need, but I do believe and I see that there are a lot of people joined and they got what they came here for. Because even though you were talking about parents giving you rejections, or maybe your grandparents, but it's the same, your friends giving rejections, and your people that you write online, they also give you rejections, even though you know them. So thank you so much for coming to this. And once again, it shows me that this team, this company has these kind of people, because we're not related. We're only related because I'm a co-owner and you're a co-owner because you invested in the business and you're doing the business. But nevertheless, even though you don't get anything out of me, you still want to help. Why? Because because that's who you are. That's what your heart is. Because somebody must have joined you as well and helped you as well. So I'm truly, truly thankful for you and for all the participants as well. There is going to be a video after that you can share with those who could not attend. And I hope to see you soon. Of course, I'm going to see you in Bali 2026. I know that you're going to see each other with Julieta in ambassador trip on September, which I'm going to attend one day. I have this list. I have this goal in my life that I'm going to be joining you one day. But thank you, Sasha. And maybe one more sentence before you leave to leave us with something.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. I strongly believe in remembering one thing per talk. So I will repeat it a 3rd time. If people don't see what you see, it's perfectly fine, as long as you stay true to what you see. So that has to be the last sentence. Thanks a lot. Amazing that you were here, and see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.